Hey everybody, Brian Von VA here, back at it again with another set of D&D stories. Today we're going to jump right in with what is the most damaging thing you've done to your own character in the name of roleplay or avoiding metagaming part 2. Of course, metagaming is that concept, that lovely, beautiful concept of your out-of-character persona, aka you and me, knowing something that our in-character character should not know. But for the sake of roleplay, we try not to mix and mingle. That said, if you have an instance that you'd like to share, please put it down in the comments below. And now, let's get started. In a homebrew campaign, my barbarian, a half-elf who previously ran a tavern before adventuring, was carrying a page we had discovered from a book of demon names. Naturally, demons were stopping at nothing to retrieve it, so we were constantly on the move. On one of the journeys, we came across a tavern on the side of the road in the middle of nowhere. Of course, we stopped for the night, only to discover that it's free beer night. Woohoo! Everyone else, including me personally, was immediately suspicious, but all my barbarian needed to hear was free beer. The tavern keep was a beautiful half-elf, and after copious drinks, she seduced me and led me upstairs. Again, I knew there was no way this would end well. Couldn't have been a more obvious trap even if I saw the DM's notes. But of course, my barbarian has a soft spot for other half-elves and was all too happy to accompany her. As soon as we were alone, she casts Charm Person on me. I failed the wisdom save. The beer was poisoned, so it was at disadvantage. And I'm forced to give her the page. She then tells me to go back downstairs, but that I can't tell anyone. So I go back downstairs, keep drinking, and then we realize all of the other patrons are undead disguised with illusion spells. Fight our way out, keep moving. A couple days later, someone asks to see the page and I feign ignorance. Eventually, they figure out that I had it last and the DM rules that I start to remember what really happened that night. And that's the story of how, against my own better judgment, Ernellis the Friendly sold out his party's entire mission for some tail and still didn't get laid. Our level 10 party decided to give up a legendary tier hammer with no promise of reward and to people who had no idea that we had it. Because, I don't know, it seemed like the right thing to do. We were, afterwards, given a boon +2 con from Moradin for returning the hammer. My character had opposed turning the hammer over, and so refused the boon. I made a grave cleric, decided to stick to the hates undead and all who make them kind of thing. One of the party members forgot about that and was playing a warlock. Oh no. He picked up that ability that lets him turn an enemy he killed into an allied spirit. Of course, he didn't inform anyone of this, so in the middle of a big climactic fight, he uses the ability in front of my character. Oh boy. What's the matter? I'm a grave cleric. So what if you're a... Oh. Looks down and starts fumbling with his character sheet. Can I take that back? We've never allowed takebacks at this table, but it's never created an issue this bad. The DM sighed deeply and looked around the table. No one makes eye contact. I don't think I can do that. Vengeance, roll for me to see if you can keep your composure about learning that a longtime friend and companion has betrayed everything you believe in. Oh no. Rolls a 1. It's not good. A 1.
I have the lucky feat. Can I use that here?
Oh, please. Cleric rolls again. Is 3 good enough? Man, look at that inspiration point you've got for trying to roleplay your character. Looks like you can roll again. We decided inspiration would be used for rerolls at session 0. Oh, this is such a cluster. The cleric rolls again and they get a 6. Hey, does the goddess of death really hate the undead that much? You mean the goddess who sees the undead as a blight to her entitlements? The goddess I created for this campaign, specifically for your character who hates the undead? Well, figured asking wouldn't hurt? To make a long story short, my Tabaxi grave cleric is now peacefully with his goddess. However, his twin brother, the Tabaxi Twilight Cleric, has fit right in with his brother's old adventuring party. Also, takebacks are now allowed if it would create an internal party issue. This is a very situationally disturbing, well, problem, and I'm actually kind of impressed with how everybody at the table handled it, so good job, everybody. My barbarian jumped off of a 5-mile-high mountain and rolled a crit on the fleeing ancient blue dragon below while I was falling past him. Then he walked back up because rules made him live. Game with guns, dun dun da da dun, where roleplay had priority over raw. We were surrounded on all sides and had gunners aiming at us from above. I was playing a noble young man who hadn't seen a weapon of any kind in his whole life. The fight ensued, shots started flying.
What do you do?
I drop to the ground and lie flat with my hands on my head.
There are gunners on top of you. Shots will have an even better chance of hitting you if you do that.
Yeah, but I'm not sure my character would even think of that. I'm not even sure they realize how guns work.
Wow, I like that. I'm going to give you some extra XP for that roleplay. But sorry, you've taken enough lead to become unconscious.
So yeah, had some more times like that. There was this gun-savvy character in our party, and after some sessions, I believe I had even more lead in my spine than he had in his bags. Fun times.
Ran into a room inside the big bad evil guy's lair
because there was a peasant, obvious trap, in dire need to help in the middle of a large, circular, not at all arena-esque room. But my poor wizard is gullible and wanted to help everyone. So in goes the squishiest member of the team, running into the warm embrace of an obvious trap. I lost 75% of my HP from the trap plus a surprise round. Picked up 2 cursed items which dumpstered my character's HP and AC in exchange for resistance and a +3 weapon. You know, totally worth it. I was playing in a one-shot vampire LARP as a Tremere, I believe I said that right, or Tremere, blood mage, who have a special relationship with blood bonds. I was talking with a group of Torador Antaraibu vampires, I also hope I pronounced that correctly too, belonging to the Sabbat with powers of domination. One of the Sabbat turned on her domination beam and complained to me about a friend not doing what she wanted. I decided that the naive Tremere I played would be so overwhelmed by the bizarre Antrabu that he would fall under her spell. Your friend doesn't deserve you. Let me be your friend instead. Drink my blood.
Whatever you want, sweetheart.
Yeah, publicly becoming a blood-bound traitor to an enemy clan was the last mistake that character made. Most people seem to have had their characters die, but I would say I went a step farther. I had a cleric that died from the hellfire lance of a Narzagon, which for the uninitiated results in the character's soul being turned into a devil after just a few hours. That is so metal, I really love it. As the party had no way to raise me in time, the DM had another devil reach out to my now displaced soul, offering to save me in exchange for making a contract with it. Now, as a DM who's used the Narzagon stat block before, I knew of what their lance did, but my cleric did not. He was a foolhardy character and was convinced that his god would reward him for his steadfast service. As such, when the devil offered to save him, he immediately blew him off and headed towards the afterlife with his middle fingers raised in a final salute. Had the double digits, demon bitch! Then, to his horror, instead of being brought to paradise by a loving god, he was literally corrupted into a devil and awoke in hell. So, to sum it up, in order to be authentic to my character and not metagame, I literally damned my cleric's soul for all eternity. I've known who one of the big final bosses most likely secretly is for literal years due to the clues dropped in scenes my PC wasn't there for. Also, my beloved fighter isn't quite the brightest. I've also avoided talking about it to the other players out of game to avoid metagaming. I've told the DM about this and she's enjoyed watching me squirm. I've prepared multiple meme reaction folders for when the reveal finally happens, depending on if I'm actually right or not. I play as a slightly re-flavored Kalshtar warlock who serves a goddess who keeps the dead, well, dead. So if I come across anything undead, I stop all forward momentum until the issue is dealt with. This wasn't an issue until we were running away from a full city's worth of guards, long story involving a backstabbing rebellion. Dun dun dun. We found a sealed door with the words "undead" inside painted on them. Our druid managed to literally worm their way inside and found 4 ghasts. Now, we were level 4 when this happened, and most of our resources were tapped. I turned to the party and said, "I need to do this. You can help or go on without me." We managed to survive, but only after 4 of the 6 of us went down to the paralysis. And then in the next room, we found a vampire spawn. I'm very thankful my party stayed to help. I was DMing a one-shot for a party of 4. We used to roll stats, and one guy ended up with a 6 and a 7. So he made it barbarian and stuck those scores into intelligence and wisdom. The adventure was a maze, and he ended up turning down a dead end and stumbled into 4 ochre jellies, which he immediately attacked with his greatsword. Slashing damage splits them, so the rest of the party tried to convince him to stop attacking, and his defense was, "I have no other weapons, and my character absolutely would not stop." So the fight ended up taking twice as long because he split every one of the jellies. I was impressed with his commitment to his character's lack of intelligence. Hey everybody, Brian Von VA here, checking in after the vid. I hope everybody has been doing well. I hope the holidays have been treating people well, and I hope the future remaining holidays treat you as well as possible. That said, if you want to treat us well, please leave a like, subscribe, and ring that bell. Of course, the algorithm gods will hate us if you don't leave a comment too, so please, if you have an instance of how you avoided metagaming and you started to roleplay instead, go ahead, drop it down there. We genuinely want to know, and this is one of my more favorite topics, so fire them off. And if you want to come say hi to me, Brian Von VA, I'm over there on Twitch primarily. I do have a YouTube channel, and I do have a Twitter and Discord. Links are in the description below under my website. Come say hi. I love you all. I want to see all of you. That said, I want to end things on a little bit of an optimistic note. All of us, every single one of us dreams. We might dream of a better future. We might dream of a better life. We might dream of having our best favorite job come to pass, or getting that girl or that guy that we really wanted, or having kids, or basically being the healthiest person you can be. We have dreams. We have goals, and it's okay to have these. And it's okay to have dreams where they're just so far-fetched and beyond the world's spirit that we can't even acquire them. But the whole point is, I want every one of you to never stop dreaming. Like I tell you not to stop imagining things. A dream gives us hope. It gives us a future to look forward to. And it doesn't matter how long it takes you to achieve these dreams. You'll achieve them. It might take you 10, 20, 30 years, doesn't matter. And I'm rooting for you every step of the way. So I love you all. Please never stop chasing your dreams or having them in general. I'll see you later, everybody. Be safe out there.